understand this is a level 13 classified project.
Yes, that was in the contract. It didn't say what exactly this was, it just said I was wanted on a project because of my experience in genetic engineering. It pays well and the vague details were interesting. But what the hell is the Fido protocol?
Rachel Takano, I presume. Lovely to meet you. You'll be an asset to this project. I overheard you asking what this is, so let me explain. Project Fido is my brainchild of sorts. It's inspired by an old favorite movie of mine. You will watch it next as part of onboarding, but in short, you are to use gene therapy and nanotech implementations on canine specimens to create an ideal specimen of war.
But why?
Is that important? You're just doing the work. No need to know why. Oh, and you'll need this. A work phone. You're to use voice memos as well as written electronic documents to keep track of the experiments. You'll need to state the date at the beginning of each voice memo.
Okay, sounds good.
You'll receive your first paycheck at the end of the first week. Now, be off. Watch the movie that inspired it all.
October 8th, 2026. I don't know if Simone will directly hear this, but I have to say, this project goes against any and all scientific morals and ethics. I have my serious doubts. That being said, a specimen, which we have named Drakkas, is tentatively promising. He's a Doberman who is quite disfigured from being forced into dogfighting rings. We have begun to attempt to regrow his left eye with a combination of stem cells and Parasol Corp nanobots. There's tissue beginning to form in the eye socket. More updates to come.
Hello, friends. What updates do you have to share with me? Your email interrupted my Hamptons vacation.
Well, Practice's eyes were grown, and...
The next stage should be laser ray eyes. Can you do that?
Well, yes, in theory. But that would require us to perform a very invasive surgery he might not live through. And without a reason, that's highly unethical.
I have a code that I can put into the nanodiscs in his eyes. All that it takes is an injection. Does that solve your problem, Dr. Takano?
I mean, with the process, yes. But what about our safety around this laser dog? How do we make sure he doesn't laser us, or for that matter, that they won't backfire and kill him?
Dr. Takano, with all due respect, I advise you to shut the fuck up and do what you're told. I'm footing the bill here, so what I say goes, and I say make me a badass future dog that can shoot lasers out of its fucking eyes.
Miss Drakkas, wait. Shouldn't we ask them?
I don't care. We're leaving.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
You know, you could have had my back there. Does this project not just make you feel sick to your stomach? It feels wrong.
It's not worth it to argue with her. She's gonna win anyway, or fire you. I worked with her on an earlier project. I've seen it happen. Besides, work is work, regardless of ethics. You can quit it if you don't like it.
Can't. I need the money.
You better get used to Simone.
October 15th, 2026. We just implemented the code into Drakkas' eye. In those 48 hours since, it's proven successful. When agitated, the left eye begins to glow, a mixture of burning bright reds and yellows, like a little orb of volcanic magma consuming his eyeball. Then, when pointed in the direction of the target and commanded, he emits a thin beam that has proven capable of blasting through solid blocks of concrete and steel, exactly the way a hot knife tears through butter. I've been pushing for some kind of fail-safe measures, at the very least, making it so that whatever handler the dog has in a war zone will be able to activate or deactivate the eye on their command. But I've mostly been ignored or reminded that the goal is for the dogs to be able to be dropped in a war zone alone and wage war against the enemy. Drakkas confirmed that the goal is to take the man out of war by replacing him with man's best friend. What a load of bullshit. Well, I suppose, Simone, if you're listening, it's not. My concerns are always noted, but never heeded. In fact, today, another genetic engineer saw me in the bathroom and called me a cutie queen, and told me to get over myself. What is she, 5? Anyway, I hope you don't discover I was right to be concerned. I'm not sure that'd be good for any of us.
Dr. Takano, Brockus's eye.
Yes, what about it?
His right eye. The lasers are affecting his right eye. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, that's something.
We have to tell Drakkas.
You do that. What have I gotten myself into? October 31st, 2026. He has grown tremendously in size, and the skin beneath his now blue-gray fur is tough enough for rubber bullets to bounce off of it with virtually no physical damage. Side note, we've been ordered to cease calling him Drakkas by his nickname and simply refer to him as Project Cerberus. They want us to stop seeing an animal and only see an experiment, a genetic curiosity. We've had to move him from the cages in the lab to a sealed-off section of the storage bay. We've been assured by security that the bulletproof glass can withstand the blast from his eyes. I asked how the glass can withstand the same blast that we just saw rip through solid concrete. I was assured that the glass was composed of a special compound that would withstand any blasts. When I asked for the chemical makeup of that compound, the head of the security team just mumbled something about getting back to me on that and ordered us all back to our rooms. Though not before we could see the results of another implementation. There are 2 more heads. I told Simone I was resigning. She said it was in violation of my contract. Hi, Simone. If you're hearing this, you can stick your contract up your ass.
Get the supplies for a blood draw ready.
You haven't done a blood draw in a long time. Computers are more your speed, last time I checked.
Well, Jenny is under the weather and we need new levels for the reports.
Are you briefed on all the safety protocols for going into his enclosure?
Well, enough.
I think you should wait for someone else who—
Just get the fucking supplies, okay? I need a CBC, an iron measure, and 2 extra tubes to collect samples for the hormone assays.
Okay.
Oh my god. After Brian died, they let me back into the lab. I'm sticking around to see how this ends against my better judgment. Drakkas' assistant called and told me to keep Brian's death quiet. She said Drakkas was busy at some fucking coke-filled orgy, so she couldn't deliver the news herself. Oh, how fucking typical. I told everyone when I came back, I told you so. Its heads are fully grown and has an insatiable appetite. Brian's blood still stained the floor. People say it was a nightmare, that not much was left of them other than blood, viscera, and bones that Cerberus proceeded to chew on. I was the only one in the lab today, just to check on things. The creature tried to break the glass when it saw me, but its barbed tail seemed to have no effect. Then I couldn't tell security whether or not something like this would happen again. Oh, Jesus, I'm all out of sorts. Today's November 11th.
Attention! Everyone must return to their quarters immediately. Project Cerberus has escaped. You will be notified when it is safe to come out. This is a red level threat. You are in serious risk of bodily harm, grievous injury, and or death. The facility is now under lockdown.
Fucking hell, of course the thing escaped. No, I'm stuck here.
Fuck! That thing's gonna kill me!
November 16th, 2026. It's been 2 days. I haven't eaten, and I'm beginning to suspect something is wrong with the tap water. I'm not sure how much longer I can survive down here. Am I the only one who survived? November 17th, 2026. I feel weak. My colleagues haven't contacted me. No one's come over the intercom. Are they really dead? I hope someone finds these voice memos if I die here.
Rachel, you know we're here. Rachel.
November 19th, 2026. It keeps saying my name. It won't stop. No, I need to be careful. Maybe it's over. Maybe the thing is dead.
Come to us, Rachel. You'll taste good like everyone else did. You can't hide forever.
Come play with us, Rachel. You'll taste good like everyone else did. You can't hide forever.
Come be our chew toy. We know you're there. We know you'll taste good. Come be our chew toy. We know you're there. We know you'll taste good. You can't hide forever.
It's sentient. How did it get this far? No, please let this be a nightmare. November 19th, 2026. This is the end. This is the end! It's at the door! Jesus Christ, it's at the door! Tell my mom and dad that
Jesus Christ. It took a month to kill that thing? How many dead?
The entire staff, ma'am. And we didn't kill him. He escaped, wounded.
Have you searched the place? Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am. So far, we've only found bodies and this. This belonged to a Dr. Rachel Takano. She has a consistent log of voice memos we're currently going through. Her last says, never mind. Everything's okay now. Cerberus let me go. I'm go home now. Cerberus is a good boy. Don't look for him. Based on blood samples lifted from Dr. Takano's room, it's safe to say she did not go home. The government has been advised that Project Cerberus is still on the loose. Reported sightings and disappearances place him somewhere in the upper Hudson Valley area of New York State. We've instructed tactical teams to keep thermal goggles and scopes on at all times, as reports confirm that the creature can now camouflage itself.
God help us all.